Thanks so much for tuning in to our first Double Trouble show of the semester. I'm Grace Reeder.
And I'm Rachel Vigil.
The CSU women's volleyball team is already out to an explosive start. They were ranked 12th going into their first game of the season and quickly climbed to 9th by the end of the weekend after sweeping 3 teams in a row. The Rams first took on Baylor during the whiteout game Friday night where they pulled off a W. Then on Saturday, the Rams took on UC Davis before they turned right around and also defeated Northern Iowa.
And CSU's women's soccer season is also underway. The Rams started off the season at home against Colorado, where they tied after an intense double overtime game. They then took on Denver, defeating them 1-0, and the Rams were handed their first loss on Friday by Grand Canyon, who beat them 2-1. The Rams will take on UC Irving on Friday.
Because football season starts this weekend for our Rams, Rachel and I are going to play a little game called Who's Gonna Be There?
And Coach Bobo has recently made quite a few decisions about where he is going to put players and which ones will be starting. Hopefully after this game you will know what to expect during this weekend's game against Savannah State.
Let's start with that quarterback position, Rachel. I'm sure a lot of people have heard by now. Who's going to be there?
Well, Nick Stevens will be starting. He is a redshirt sophomore, but they're also saying that redshirt freshman Coleman Key will be getting a few snaps, which is definitely exciting for him.
Absolutely. Nick Stevens is definitely a good choice, though, going into the season, just because he has that experience behind Garrett Grayson, so that's certainly going to be a good decision as well.
Yeah, and speaking of Rashard Higgins, we have the wide receiver position, and Deontay Gaines is going to be in the slot position, which is exciting. And he averaged 24 yards a carry as our punt returner last year.
Kick returner,
excuse me,
and
my bad.
Joe Hansley also is going to be in that wide receiver spot. He had 35 receptions last year for 540 yards, so he certainly has that experience. This is his 4th season as well, so obviously he's just kind of that experience factor for the team. Maybe not the explosive factor, but he's going to be a nice addition to that wide receiver spot as well.
I agree, and there is a lot of depth at the running back spot. Who can we expect to see out there for most of the game?
Probably Dalen Dawkins. He's up there in that first slot right there. He's the Purdue transfer. Mike Bobo is very impressed with him, said that he's kind of like a young D. Hart. He just runs through a lot of blocks. He's a very talented guy. We also have Jason Oden Jr., who had 46 carries last season, so he's going to be in that second slot as well.
And then they had Treyas Gerald, who was behind D. Hart last year, but he is out with a knee injury, so we won't see him for a couple of weeks, which is very unfortunate.
And then we also have Kevon Cartwright in that tight end spot. He's coming back as a redshirt after an injury last season. He's a very talented player. He's on the John Mackey Award preseason player to watch list, so he's obviously going to be a good addition to the team as well.
I agree, and I am definitely excited for this season to start. And the Rams will be taking on Savannah State on Saturday. Make sure you guys wear your best Aggie colors. And after the break, we'll be back with Nicole for entertainment.